Hey everybody, welcome back to my series part 2, Brianna's story. Hers is going to be broken down into 2 parts, maybe 3, because hers is a long story. And here she is today joining me.
Hey.
No coffee yet.
And now it just popped.
Oh, you're going to make me yawn. Okay, so she's here. You want to scoot a little closer? Maybe put you in the shot. I know it's kind of hard.
As exposed as I could get.
Well, she's here. Anyway, just know she's there. She's right there. Okay. So before we get started with this one, I want to, a couple things. Again, thank you to all my subscribers. I truly appreciate you being a part of my community. And as you know, I'm trying to grow my community. And I would really love, I really genuinely want to know where all my subscribers are at, where you're watching from. So if you want to drop in the comments where you're at, the state, or if you're not in the United States, wherever you're at, that'd be awesome. I always think it's cool to know where you're from. You all know we live in Arizona. The hot part of Arizona, unfortunately. No, I mean, at the very beginning I loved Arizona, but the older I get, the less my body can handle the heat. Let me tell you, those off months are beautiful. I love them, so that's why I stay. The other thing is, so I got to thinking the other day about my glasses. So if you scroll down to a few months ago, you'll see I have different glasses on. That is because I strayed from where I get these, and I don't know why I did it, and I don't like them. So that's why I have these back on. And the other reason I wanted to say something about these glasses, because I get comments on them daily, either once a day or multiple times a day. People ask me, stop me and say, oh, where did you get your glasses? And the same with Bree. Bree's as well. She gets the same question and comment. And we always say, oh, well, thank you, and then we tell them where they're from. So if you are one of those that have seen my glasses or Bree's glasses, wondering where we get them because you like them, we're going to tell you.
Not sponsored.
So, yeah.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored. We love where we get them, and that is zennioptical.com. We love them. You spell it ZENNI optical.com. We absolutely love them. I have been buying my glasses from Zenni since early 2000s, maybe like 20 years, maybe a little long. Yeah, about 20 years. A long time. Let's just put it that way. And I've had hundreds of them, and I think maybe 1 or 2 I didn't like, or there was something wrong with them or something. When I got these, I bought them in different colors. These are no longer available, unfortunately, or I would get another pair, and they came in other colors, and I got them. And for some reason, I don't know what happened, but the lenses just weren't right on them. And so I meant to send them back, but I didn't. Anyway, that is the first time anything has ever happened in all the years. So, that's why I strayed to a different, and I'm sorry, Zenni, I'm coming back to you. So I went back to these glasses because I love these glasses. But they are showing wear, not, just normal wear and tear on your glasses. But also the puppy's got a hold of them, so there's puppy teeth in them. Anyway, they're super expensive, so affordable. You can buy several pair under $100. These may be shipping and handling, everything including prescription lenses, frames, everything out the door, around $30. There are some even less expensive. Some are like $10, $12, $20, $25, $30. Now you can get other things with it. I won't go into that right now, but you can make them into sunglasses for another $4.95. You can get bifocals, trifocals. Of course, the price goes up, unfortunately, but they're still very affordable. So that will be my next thing. I'm just trying to hold out because that is just too real for me that I'm getting older. Yeah. So we're holding up on that. Okay. Now to part 2 of our series, our histories. Okay. So Bree's history starts. And again, I'm telling this story because she doesn't really remember a lot. And so,
just a wee baby.
yeah, she was just little. Okay, so it really started when she was young, and we don't have proof of it, but we think when she was little, like when she started to walk and everything, she would do this thing where she'd get super excited. She'd extend her arms and open her mouth and be like, ah, like, I'm so excited. She also would have a binky in her mouth, one in each hand. So if it fell out of her mouth, she'd pop one in from one hand, grab the other one, and off she would go with her 3 binkies. We just thought it was that. We just thought it was a little thing of her quirks, and we thought it was super adorable and cute. So we didn't really think anything of it at all. And fast forward to about age 5. So we lived in Washington State at the time, and we went to visit their grandmother, their dad's mother, in another part of the state. And there is this place we love to stop for meals when we go there, when we're in the area. It's a little place. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember where exactly it was, but I know it was cow themed. And we loved their food. We loved the atmosphere. It was super neat. It was very like farm type thing. And it was kind of open and big. And we just really enjoyed it. So we decided we're going to stop on the way back home to have either lunch or dinner. I don't remember. And everything was normal. We ate. We were having a great trip. So we just got back on the road. And soon after we left, she started to scream in the back seat. And we couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. Excuse me. What in the heck was going on? And she was like grabbing onto things saying, I'm going to tip over, I'm going to fall over, or tip over, fall over, something like that. We're like, what? What are you talking about, girlfriend? What is going on? So she screamed the whole way home, and when we got home. And so, of course, we made an appointment with her pediatrician the next day, a couple days. I don't really remember. It was a long time ago. Remember, my memory is not good. So I just want to start with, this is to the best of my memory, the best of what I can remember. Because again, long time ago, on top of that, my memory is so bad. So a lot of these things are going to be estimates and may not be completely accurate. So estimates. Yeah. So anyway, we talked to the doctor. We immediately think it's vertigo because she had the very typical, vertigo. So we thought she had vertigo. So they put her on some medication, and that didn't work. After a week or so, I think a little bit longer, we went back and said, this isn't doing anything. She still is having this issue. So, she's not sleeping. She's just not doing well. So her pediatrician said, okay, I want you to go to a neurologist, a child neurologist. So we saw this guy. He was very old fashioned, with the bag, the medical bag and stuff. Yeah, he was super cool. I don't even remember his name, but I really liked him. He was a really good neurologist. And, anyway, it was there where they decided, we pushed for an EEG. We said, look, I have epilepsy. I want to make sure this isn't, something like that or some other neurological. So they did a bunch of tests, including the EEG. And then, of course, it immediately showed that she was having seizures. So she was then subsequently in that range of time diagnosed with epilepsy. So she was put on medication. She did really well. Now, this is where my memory gets spotty, okay? I remember in a period of time she was off medication or on medication for 4 years. There was 4 years in between where she was either on it or off it. But at some point she came off her meds, and I have no idea why they took her off her meds. Nowadays, I don't think they would do that. You're just on meds for however long, like I said in my video about me, I'm off meds, and I've been off meds for a while. So, at some point, some neurologist will take you off your meds if you're doing really well. So at this point, I think something happened in that time. And I honestly, I can't remember exactly what it was, if it happened, if something happened before her accident, but just know that there was a period of time where she was off her meds, and I think it was 4 years. And then, And then something may have happened in between there where she had to go back on her meds, but I don't quite remember. Okay. So her dad would remember, but I don't talk to him a lot. And, you know, we just don't talk to each other really much unless it's like really important. So I don't really feel like reaching out to him. If I do learn, I will add that in another video. I always try to do corrections or updates or something if I find other information. So, but if you don't care, that's cool. Okay. So, fast forward to the end of her 5th grade year. I think it was the day before the last day of school, or the last day of school, or the last week of school. It was really, really end of the 5th grade year. She was at school. I find out about what happened to her through, I believe, a friend that was on the playground and saw it, because the school didn't reach out to me to let me know, because I don't think Bree even said anything. But somebody saw it and told me about it afterwards. So she comes home. It was a Friday. She came home. She seemed fine. But that night I went up to her room and she was acting strange. Okay. I'll go back that Friday. Whoever relayed the info to me said that she was on these bars, went back and hit her head, the back of her head on the bars. And obviously I didn't really see any sign of it. And again, this was told afterwards. So she was acting weird. And I'm like, what is going on with you? Like, you okay? She was like, I'm trying to remember or like really put into words how she was acting. It was late. And it was almost acting as if she was kind of frantically looking for something and she wasn't making sense, if that makes sense. And we're like, okay. So I can't remember if it was that night or the next day she had a small seizure. And at first we were like, oh, her seizures are back. We'll go back to the neurologist, put her back on meds. Well, her neurologist was out. And so we were waiting either to get a new one or wait for him to come back. And I forget he or she, it was a different one, by the way. This wasn't the same neurologist she saw when she was diagnosed. It was a different one. So I think we went to the pediatrician. I don't remember. I remember we were trying to figure something out. And so now we're like, every day she's having some over the weekend. And now we're at Monday. I believe it was Monday or it was Tuesday, but it was working up to this point. And again, there was a reason why we couldn't see her neurologist or the pediatrician or something. But we were working on it, like we were actively working on it to get her seen, to get figured out, okay, she's definitely having seizures, so we need to get her back on meds and get this under control. So we're actively working on it. I just want you to know that. I just can't remember what the whole deal was. I just remember that the neurologist wasn't in. I think the pediatrician, something with the insurance, they were trying to figure it out, trying to get it, and we didn't really think, we didn't know what was coming. Let's put it that way. They were so minor. She was just having little seizures here and there. So we really didn't think, it was a big deal, at that time, but it turned out to be a huge deal. Okay. So fast forward to about Tuesday. I believe it was Tuesday. It was either Monday or Tuesday. She was, I can't remember. Well, 5th grade. How old are you in 5th grade? Right? The end of it. I don't know. However old you are. So she started kindergarten late. Her birthday's in December. So of course it was late going into kindergarten. So, keep that in mind. So she's however old that is. Sorry, I didn't put much thought into before I did this video. I normally don't plan these videos. They're not scripted. They're completely authentic, completely, I don't know the word, authentic, organic. I just hit record and I just talk. So, anyway, back to the story. So we were trying to figure this all out. And I'm actually going to end this here. I'm going to end it with this because we're at the 15-minute mark. I'm going to end it with this. Okay, so I'll end it like this. So we are at a point now where we're just kind of trying to figure out what's going on and everything. And I will start the next video with the next part of what happens on that Monday or Tuesday. I will share that story in the next video. Also, just keep an eye out for that video. It will come shortly. This is going to be probably part 1 of 3, maybe 2 or 3. We'll see, because hers is kind of a long story. so and I don't want these videos to be too long. So I'm going to end it there, and part 2 will be coming soon. So keep an eye out for that. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, before I end this video, just kidding, we're not done. I gotta show you that. Move. Now move that way. Move that way. They're just hanging out with us. They know we're talking about them. Oh, look at them. So cute. Oh, I love those two. Yeah, they know we're talking about them. Okay. Now I'm going to end the video. Alrighty. Take care. God bless.